Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm DK Rebuilds, and behind me we went ahead and bought a new build. It's something that I've been dreaming of for a long time. It's gonna be a full-on drift car. Really, this car has been the only reason why I kind of wanted to start a YouTube channel and to get into rebuilding cars, was to buy a drift car to build on a Pro Spec or a SEMA build, full-on drift car, and just go out there and have fun with my friends and enjoy drifting. So I believe it is the cheapest M3 that I've found or even seen that's sold. I'm gonna show you guys why. We're gonna go over the damage and see what's damaged on it, and I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna do to it. So we're going to start with the front and kind of go around the whole car from the front to the back. And I want to kind of show you guys why it was a risky buy and it looked sketchy from the auction. I bought it from Copart. Not much information about the car, but so the car originally was wrecked in the front over here, as you can see. And in a minute, we're going to start taking all this apart and seeing the actual damage, seeing what was really damaged and what's wrong with the car. So if you look over here in the front, if you know what an F80 engine or S55 engine is supposed to look like, there's intakes over here in this area, and all this kind of was missing. This is exactly how I purchased the car, is how you see it right now. In the top over here is a intercooler, which is also missing, and then there's an intake that goes over here that sits in this spot, which is also missing. So, and on the windshield, you can kind of see where it says there's no Cadillac, no cats means no Cadillac converters, and it kind of had all this other stuff written on it. It says undercarriage damage, and it's saying it's missing exhaust. We're gonna go see to the back in a second, but this is the front. We're gonna start taking it apart in a second and digging into the damage. If we walk around the car, kind of the first thing I notice, honestly, I thought it had carbon ceramic brakes on it, but it's just regular brakes, because usually BMWs with yellow calipers means carbon ceramic brakes. But these rims and tires don't look like they're off a M3. It looks like someone took off the original M3 wheels and put on some regular 3 Series wheels on them. They're pretty beat up, they're pretty ugly. We'll get rid of those, but that's not a big issue. So if we go, doors are all good, nothing's wrong with the doors. It does have a VAC sticker. If anyone knows what that is, it's a BMW performance company that makes BMW parts. Pretty cool company. Also, the quarter panel did have a marking on it. It's a little hard to see, kind of got washed away by the rain, but something was circled here. I mean, if you put it on a light, there's no damage, there's no dents or anything like that. If we go to the back, again, it had a bunch of markings on it. It looked kind of, honestly, it looked like it was someone kind of fixed it up, threw it back on the auction, which is kind of getting rid of it and didn't want the car anymore. Markings all over the car. It is missing exhaust. We'll put it up on the lift in a second and look underneath the car if it has any undercarriage damage, or if it was just just something they said just to say. Also, this side, they circled the quarter panel for not sure what reason. There's no damage there. I mean, even on the taillights look perfect condition, just needs to be cleaned up. We're gonna go ahead and walk around over here. Cool thing is, it does have a carbon roof. I was kind of worried about that. Wasn't really able to see if it was carbon or not in the pictures. This is cool, because if it didn't have one, I would have put a carbon roof on there either way, just for honestly the looks and weight reduction, because drift car weight reduction. If we look in the inside, I believe it doesn't have any deployed airbags. I believe what happened was the guy had a aftermarket steering wheel on this car, and he decided to take his aftermarket steering wheel off and put back the original. So it's missing all the parts on it. Like I said, I don't think it had any deployed airbags, because the seats are all good. No current airbags blew, nothing like that. It is a 6-speed manual, which is exactly what we need for drifting. It is missing these AC vents over here and over here. Don't know why they took them off. Just weird, but it's pretty mint interior. Honestly, it's got red interior, really nice. So back to the front, kind of want to inspect this radiator. Honestly, the radiator is not a big deal. The only big deal is if we take this part off. The oil cooler in the bottom, I already checked it. There's no leaks. It means no oil was leaked out the engine. And one thing I just want to check real quick, because I do want to see if it fires up, if this engine is good, if, you know, if this was just, I don't know, some insurance deal or what was going on. But I do want to check if there's coolant in here. Take the cap off. We definitely have coolant in here, so that's good. So that means the car was never overheated and no coolant leaked out. Engine oil, kind of sucky thing is that these cars don't have a dipstick. So, I mean, the oil cooler's not busted, but, I mean, we can't really see if it has oil or not, but I guess we'll just have to risk it and see if it starts up. All right, so we're in the car. It is a 6-speed manual. Always got to make sure it's a neutral. We're going to go ahead and start it. It doesn't have any cats, so I want to start it for a second or two just to make sure it starts. Everything's all good. I want to see if it'll start without a jump box. Oh, well, that's good news. It did sound a little funny. That's because it has no cats. It sounds really bad, honestly. We're going to go ahead and open up the trunk. I actually already opened up the trunk, already saw what's inside. There's a lot of good stuff in there. So let's open up the trunk now. So if you look in the trunk, all the parts that were missing from the front are in here. This is the intercooler that I was talking to you guys about. Here are the intakes that we're missing. They're all in here. I'm gonna put the camera on a tripod and take all this stuff out and go over kind of what's all in here. We have the battery over here as well. It started with no jumper. It's a good thing that battery's still good. Those batteries are really expensive from BMW. Let's get to this. So guys, check this out. Everything that was missing from the front, from the engine bay and everything like that, the skid plate on the bottom, the 2 intakes, the intercooler, charge pipes, even these plastics right here, and then these rubber pieces too. It's all over here. Insurance company just put everything in the trunk. They didn't want to deal with it. The car, I guess they totaled it out for no reason. Sweet. So this rear bumper is, I mean, this is how it was. We're going to go ahead and pull it. Honestly, I don't even think it, yeah, let me see. Yeah. Just pull it off right now, actually. It's not even holding on. Oh, sweet. So, got the rear bumper off. I was worried about the rear reinforcement, seeing if it had any damage on it. But it looks like not even a scratch on there. So, that is awesome. So really no rear end damage besides these this bumper plastic, but that's all replaceable. That's not an issue. All right, guys, so we're gonna probably go ahead and put all these parts back in the trunk because we don't need it right now. Honestly, we're not gonna need any of those parts, and I'll tell you why in a second. Right now, what I want to do is go ahead and roll it onto the lift, pick it up in the air, see underneath, see if there's any undercarriage damage as what it says on the windshield, or if it was just false information. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, so I got the car lifted up on the lift. We're gonna go ahead and kind of start from the back and work our way to the front. I really just want to see the undercarriage and see what's going on down here. I see there's a little mark right here. Honestly, this exhaust shield is all kind of mangled up. This could be from them trying to take off the original exhaust, kind of why the whole exhaust system is missing. I mean, honestly, if I have a nice exhaust, I'll take it off myself, but all these shields, it's not really an issue. Kind of want to just bend it out. Well, honestly, there's nothing over here. The rear diff does have some broken fins. We can replace this bottom section. I did notice it has a diff brace, which Could mean they were sliding around, most likely sliding on this car, not a big deal. I mean, we're gonna be doing the same thing, so kind of already did this for us. Let's work our way over here and see if there's any undercarriage damage or what they were talking about. So again, just the exhaust shield is all kind of mangled over here and over here as well. Doesn't look like anything above that. No damage to the actual body of the car. Same thing over here by the whole exhaust shield just kind of beat up. Not a big deal. Over here we do have these two plugs hanging. They're probably from the cats. Oh yeah, they're from the cats, the O2 sensor plugs. If you look up here, this is why I didn't want to start the car for too long, is because there's no downpipe on here. It's just the baby turbos are on here. Here's the first one in. Here's the second turbo. Both of them are missing downpipes. The oil pan, nothing leaking. Everything's all dry under the engine bay, which is really nice. Kind of wanted to show you guys the what the people did with the calipers. Kind of goofy, but they just basically, their original color is blue and they just sprayed it with yellow paint. A little goofy look, but I guess we're just gonna leave it like that. Or honestly, we'll probably just upgrade the brakes. I did also notice, I wanted to mention, it does have H&R low-ring springs. Pretty good company. We'll be getting rid of those either way because we could do full coils all around. But just kind of something cool I wanted to mention to you guys. So I lowered the car a little bit. I want to go ahead and take off this reinforcement bar. It's barely hanging on there. It does have some kind of aftermarket headlights on. We're going to go ahead and take this one off. The right side was missing either way, but this one is smashed, so this one's no good. But anyways, I want to take some of these few parts off so that way I can see the frame rails, how the frames are sitting, and just kind of see if there's any frame damage or if it's just the frame extensions that got damaged. All right, guys, so I went ahead and removed the reinforcement bar and this little support bar that was here. We got rid of the headlight. It was damaged. Maybe the computers are still good off of it. Maybe we don't know. We'll know until when we get new parts in. This is kind of what I wanted to look at. This is really the only kind of damage it has. That frame rail extension and this one too. Cool thing about these is they're about, I want to say 12 inches or 10 inches long, and it's held on by 3 bolts over here. You got to take the fender liner off, and then you can take this off. It doesn't look like the damage went anywhere past this. This is kind of like a crush zone, so this is good. This is what you want to see on these, is because that means that this took the impact and not the actual body of the car or frame of the car. This is really good to see. So it did have a CSF radiator, upgraded radiator. Kind of sucks that it's damaged. It does hold coolant because our coolant tank in the top, if you remember, was full, so it does hold coolant, but kind of sucks that it's damaged because it's actually a nice radiator that we're most likely gonna have to replace, but we'll see what we do with that. So I think that's a wrap for today's video. I kind of just wanted to introduce the car to you guys and kind of show you guys what's been going on. Here I'm in my hands, I'm holding a paper that says or that shows that what I paid for the car. I think I want to know what you guys think in the comments. What was a fair price to pay for something like this? And maybe in the next video we'll show you guys how much I paid for the car. In my opinion, I think that the insurance company just took a lot of things apart, and then ended up totaling the car, kind of threw everything back in the trunk. And I'll include the auction pictures so you guys can see what it looked like, what I was looking at on the pictures, and why it looked sketchy and why it could have had a bad engine or anything like that. So we'll be doing a lot of stuff. This is gonna be a long going on project. We're gonna completely gut the interior. It's gonna have a full roll cage. We're gonna do cool stuff with the engine. Engine's gonna be coming out. The whole car is gonna be stripped, and just stay tuned and wait for the next video.